All right, we're just getting ready to do the first modification to the Jeep. It's not what you think it's going to be necessarily, but it is something that is good if you are a YouTuber and, like myself, want to have cameras installed in your Jeep. So I have a 2017 Jeep Wrangler JK, and what I've picked up, and you may have seen the unboxing video, and if you haven't, you can go check that out, is the Rugged Ridge, basically, dash camera mount. So it's going to hold an iPhone, it can hold a GoPro, it can hold anything with pretty much a standard tripod mount. So what we're going to do is we're going to install it. And it goes right in the tray, right up front, dead bang center. So the nice thing is that you can basically attach whatever you need. You can even vlog, much as I'm doing now, but currently right now, if I were to drive off with the tripod that the camera is set on, it's going to fall all over the place. And of course, you don't want that when you're driving, especially with expensive camera equipment. So what we're going to do is we're going to install that right now in the dash, and basically that'll be my first Jeep mod. Like I said, nothing terribly exciting, nothing too technical. It takes, I think, one screw, and that's it. So as you can see, and I'm not going to be in frame, this is just the factory plate. It just pops out. There is a little screw in here that we're going to take out and use it to mount essentially this to the dash, which has, as I've shown in the video, place where to mount the phone, as well as it's got some space to install other stuff. So right off the hop, this is a little more flexible rubber than this is, but that's still going to fit in there, hopefully, rather nicely. So utilizing about a 7mm socket, I'm going to undo this guy. So we just take that screw out. Okay, now that we've got that out, just going to take that mount and we're just going to basically hook it into the vents. It just snaps in there. And then we just take our socket, I want to over tighten it, but it's in there. And then basically, tray slides in, and that is it installed. Now as far as mounting goes, just use the mounting screw. Slide it in, or you can mount that, utilize the dial, and quickly mount that. Now the one thing I did notice is that this back hole here, and we'll take that off and show you this, which didn't come with the kit, which I think is ridiculous, is that there's no way to mount anything into that. You're gonna have to get a inset screw and do it yourself. So back to the task at hand, we'll throw that back on there. Tighten that down. The phone comes with a ball mount. So you just take this piece off, Slide it over top. Click to connect with the ball. You're just gonna attach that. And there you go. It's attached. So now you can just slip a phone in there, no problem. And it's gripped. So there you go. There you have it. And that's obviously directional for hands-free. So about a 2-minute job. Like I said, 1 screw. That fits in nice. You get to utilize your key tray. If you can find a nut to fit in there underneath or an insert, you will be able to mount a secondary camera or screw into that possibly. There is a little bit of threading left. So you should be able to mount a camera, which is good. So there you have it. It's a quick install. Great for someone like myself. Basically, actually, the camera that I'm utilizing to shoot this video, which is a G7X, will most likely be mounted there. I will probably take the cell phone off just for convenience. I probably could actually mount a GoPro on the front and then utilize the little locking device to actually get the G7X in there. But because the screen does flip up and you utilize that to basically make sure that you're in frame when you're vlogging and all that kind of stuff, I probably won't do that. Or I will modify it just a little bit to ensure that it helps. I will probably mount another couple cameras in the vehicle, probably a little overboard, and I'm probably going to wire it for vlogging sound. If you saw one of my other unboxing videos, I unboxed the Rode Video Micro. I've been really impressed with the audio of that thus far, and I plan on probably installing that in the vehicle as well. So anyways, we're gonna get back to it, finish this off, and that's the first customization for the Jeep, believe it or not. Next few things will be a lot different, such as rails, lifts, all that kind of stuff. All right, so that is basically the thing installed. And right now, I have my G7X mounted on the dash. The flip screen's looking towards me. And you're gonna have to excuse me for not making eye contact, but we are actually legitimately driving. And it is mounted on the dash, so it can take on basically anything. Now, in this configuration, obviously I can't use the cell phone holder. I also can't mount a GoPro to point forward. So, I mean, it all depends what you want to do in a day. But for me, this is a perfect addition to the Jeep, in the sense that essentially I can now talk to you as I drive places, as I go to do things. For any of you that watch the vlog, realize that essentially a lot of times that I am on the go, I've got meetings to go to, I've got production meetings to go to, I've got events to attend, I go to concerts, and I obviously work, and that takes up a lot of time for me driving sort of back and forth. So utilizing the time in a constructive manner without holding a camera in my hand and being a distracted driver, I should always put my seatbelt on. At least this allows me to have a conversation with you. Now the G7X, I'm not 100% happy with the audio, but there are other things to do. Maybe it gets to a point where I mount a GoPro in that spot instead, and then we go with the GoPro. GoPro, great camera as well. Also, absolutely horrid audio. But because of the USB input, you can do things like hook an auxiliary mic to it. So, in the end of the day, it's all good. So, as far as the Rugged Ridge universal holder goes, it's a quick install, 1 screw, it looks OEM, it's great. Maybe a little harder plaster than I like for the inside of the tray, but that's all right. I mean, typically all I'm probably gonna throw in there are keys or random crap anyways. But the one thing I will say about it, for a little piece of plastic, it is hella expensive. But it is the best solution. So, as I've said, if you like the videos, make sure, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Obviously, you're going to see more videos from me on the road, driving around, which makes a better use of my time. And hopefully you enjoy these.